Oil spill that has occurred through the Gulf has created considerable problems for the United States. BP, the company that managed the oil rig that ruptured, has done very little in solving the problem. That is why it is important for companies to become more accountable to their customers. In the event of a large-scale problem, the responsible parties should be dealt with, an effective solution should be developed as quick as possible. That is why the government should develop stricter accountability methods as they are in public interest in developing standards and have the means to hold companies to those standards so that they can conduct business without problems. It's important to consider how the incident occurred before we talk about exactly what accountability means in context of the situation. The problem first started with an explosion with sank Deepwater Horizon oil rig, according to Reuters. The consequences of these incidents has led to a constant stream of oil to leak into the Gulf. The incident has yet to be remedied, even with discussions and research being done. At this moment in time, there is no real solution to the problem. Even more striking, there seems to be a number of incidents that has occurred as well, such as more than 500 on oil platforms, 2 deaths and 12 injuries, according to the Government Accountability Project. That is why prevention is very important, and stronger standards can help in keeping companies honest. Standards for accountability will ensure the effective measures are set by companies and are gaining widespread support throughout the country. Companies that hold to their own standards are not enough. There is always a chance that they will be unable to hold to those standards through the actions that are kept in the dark. There is support for better standards of accountability. Progressive groups like Public Citizens have been gathering support for legislation that will hold companies more accountable according to the final call. There are signs that a public call for corporations' accountability suggests that the atmosphere is right to start moving on making stricter standards. Standards help very little without development the means to enforce these standards. Companies have to pay for cutting corners and finding questionable means to cut costs. Finding the proper mean to punish companies can be a tricky task, but penalty to BP has to both punish them and allow for a solution to be found. For example, President Obama has called BP to start a $20 billion accountability fund for people that are affected by the oil spill, according to Nancy Pelosi. This is a good example of the sort of punishment that needs to be in place so that companies can keep up to the necessary standards and practice that are needed to maintain safety. Companies need to pay if they have erred, and punishment that hurt their pocket is the best way to send the message that they are not allowed to cut corners and endanger lives. Companies need to hold to a high standard by government in order to ensure that disasters like the case of the BP oil spill can be prevented or handled with efficiency and speed. There needs to be a push by the public towards government to make the necessary remedies so that a standard can be developed and made into a law. Groups like Government Accountability Project and Public Citizen are very involved and informed on the matter of the need of stricter accountability measures. What is important more than anything is that companies are held to the same standard that people are held to ensure the safety and lives of the public and the environment.